All right, welcome back. We continue live right here. Bob Pompeani, Andrew Fillipponi, and Pony, let's talk about Steelers Seahawks. Steelers are favored. I think they're going to win this game. I think they're going to do it in a similar fashion. They should not ignore the run game. It proved to be very useful for them last week when they rushed the ball 10 more times than they threw the ball. I was watching Tampa tonight, and regardless of what Tom Brady does, he collects the touchdowns. If you look at their rushing totals every single week, they're a healthy run game. I think all the teams that are successful rely on it to some degree. So how much should the Steelers rely on it moving forward?
They should use it a lot against Seattle because the Seahawks defense, quite frankly, is terrible. And the last thing is the worst in the league. And the last thing I'd want to do is have Ben Roethlisberger put the ball in the air 40 times with some banged-up wide receivers, Claypool and James Washington still not 100% at practice. You know, they slip on a route, they pull a hamstring or something. You know, there's an interception. Seattle gets a short field. They score a touchdown off it. You know, I'm not saying that they need to be 3 yards in a cloud of dust all day Sunday night, but, you know, I think that this is a game where, you know, if you play great defense and don't turn the ball over, you're going to win. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think the Steelers can don't get cute here.
Right. You
know what I'm saying, Bob? Let's not try to reinvent the wheel or make this game too complicated. Try to come out with a similar game plan as last week. You know, get your offensive line pumped up for this game. Tell them that we're going to run the ball a lot. Get some extra tight end sets in there to give you the blockers that you need to match numbers with Seattle, and just run it right at them and tell them our offensive blockers are better than the guys you have trying to tackle Najee Harris. And I think if they do that, the Steelers will find success.
Yep, I've said that, and I believe that as well. Let's go to the lines. We got Mike in Oakland first up tonight. Hello, Mike. What's up?
What's going on, Bob and Pony? How you guys doing?
We're fantastic. Are you a Styles fan? Just because Andrew asked me, do you know anything about him?
Not really, no.
Okay,
I'm 46, so I'm a new kids on the block fan. No, I'm just kidding. But, no, listen, I just want to talk briefly about the Penguins and the goaltending. I'll be honest. I mean, this is game 2. I get it. But come on, man. You're up 4-2 late in the third. You can't give up 3 unanswered goals like that. I mean, Bobrovsky, I thought he was great. I mean, the Penguins had 9 power plays chances. If Florida had 9 power play chances, I think DeSmith would have given up 9 or 10 goals. And I just think it's just going to go back to what's going to be happening the whole year. I don't think either goalie, Jari or DeSmith, can lead us deep in the playoffs. They're just average goaltenders at best. Just want to get your thoughts. Take care, guys.
I think, Mike, you're making that conclusion after a game in which they played pretty well, I thought, generally. And I mean, Florida is a very gifted offensive team. So, you know, when I look at some of this, I take that into consideration. It's just 2 games, Pony. So I'm not willing to do that. What I will say is this. He's right in one respect. If this whole season goes well, let's say they win a division, it won't matter until they prove their goaltending ability in the postseason after what happened last year.
Florida had 6 power plays and didn't score on any of them, so I don't think that DeSmith would have given up 10 if there were 9. Maybe he gives up 1 or 2, and the game's not as close. But, you know, I don't really have any kind of argument with Mike's concern or fear that the Penguins' goaltending combination isn't good enough. And the reason why I say that is because how can you look at the NHL the last couple of years with Vasilevsky and Price in the Stanley Cup final last year, what Marc-Andre Fleury has done for Vegas before the trade out to Chicago, and the way that these big-time goalies have carried their teams through the playoffs. You know, you either need a goalie like that or you need a system like the Islanders, where your defense first, second, and third. And, Bob, you say it all the time. The Penguins are too concerned in entertainment value. They don't want to play that way.
When
they don't even really like to play that way in the playoffs.
Right. When those guys are in there, they tend to do that, and it draws other guys with those guys. Specifically Malkin. Not so much Crosby, but specifically Malkin. And at least odd man breaks. If you saw the other night in Tampa, there weren't how many odd man breaks did you see? I don't remember one, if maybe there was one. I don't know. But they were clamping down. I think you're right. They have to play that way. They know that even when everyone is healthy. So, you know, therein lies the challenge. Get everyone back and play the same kind of hockey you can. And, you know, they believe in Tristan Jarry. He's a young kid. I think at some point you have to make a choice. That was their choice. Let's go out to Sarah in Pittsburgh, who joins us on line 5. Hey, Sarah.
Well, good evening. Third time's a charm.
Yes, we tried twice with you the other day, but I'm glad you're on. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sarah.
First thing, well, go Steelers. Go them Steelers. What since the Steelers and the Penguins win as much of each other of each sport, is there any prediction you're predicting about the winning season possibly of the Penguins? Because there was one time the Penguins were winning gangbusters. And,
Well, I think we both know that they have enough talent. This division is pretty competitive. I watched the Rangers last night, and thanks for the call, Sarah, Andrew, and I thought the Rangers were going to play well against the Capitals because I still think the Capitals are a team that's right on the edge, maybe like the Penguins. I didn't see that from the Rangers. I saw more from the Capitals that made me think they're maybe better than I thought. It's kind of early to gauge this. I think it's a very good division, though.
Well, there's no really bad team. You know, the Devils are probably the team that's the furthest away from winning, but I don't think they're a pushover. They're really young. Mm-hmm. You know, you've got Jack Hughes and Nico Hirscher, and they just signed Dougie Hamilton from Carolina, so they've got a big defenseman now to put on their power play. I think they'll be a spoiler late in the year for some of these teams that are trying to make the playoffs, maybe even the Penguins. So it's a deep division. I don't think there's a great team. I think Carolina's pretty good, but they had a lot of turnover in the offseason. They're trying to work in 2 new goaltenders,
right,
as a matter of fact. So I think it's kind of wide open. I would say that the Hurricanes and Islanders are almost sure bets to make the playoffs. And I think the other 2 teams that come out of the division are kind of up for grabs, but I would favor the Penguins to make it. I really would.
Yeah, I think the Flyers have the same situation. Carter Hart, which Carter Hart are they going to see? They bank all of their potential success on this goaltender who was great, but then all of a sudden he fell off and fell off in a big way. Let's go out to Ken in Uniontown. Ken, welcome to the Sports Call. Go right ahead.
Thanks, Bob. Hey, I tried to get through last night, but I made it today.
We appreciate that. We had some issues last night, but thanks for bearing with us.
Right. But my call is about the Steelers. You know, I'm a true diehard Steeler fan, but Ben, he tries his darndest, but then you got in every third and fourth quarter, it seems like of every game anymore, Ben and the defense goes, Ben and the offense goes down and scores, here comes the opposing team, and they go right down the field on us. Pass, 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 pass. I mean, does our secondary go to sleep in every third and fourth quarter? I'd like to have you guys' opinion on
Andrew,
that.
that's a pretty general comment right there. I haven't necessarily seen that when they have the lead. Have you?
You know, well, you know, one thing that I thought about watching the game a little bit tonight, and I know the Bucs, last I checked, were beating the Eagles pretty handily, but I saw Steven Nelson made, I think, the game-sealing interception for the Eagles last week against the Panthers. You know, they're talking tonight about how he's been a very good addition for that team. The Steelers have $11 million in cap space, Bob. Can you explain to me how they could not find a way to make that work with him? You know, James Pierre has been a roller coaster ride. He made a couple of fantastic plays against Denver. He also got lit up on a few important plays, too.
Yeah.
So he's up and down. You'd expect that from a young corner. But they don't have good depth. I think it's a problem when somebody like Cam Sutton isn't 100%. And I'm just confused as to how or why they weren't able to make something work with Steven Nelson, even in the short term. You don't have to sign him to a long-term deal. I get that. But to just cut him, I didn't agree with that at the time, Bob.
I have more of a problem with Mike Hilton. I think I know what he makes over there in Cincinnati, but given his value and what money you still have available, to me, that's a guy I would have, if I had to choose between Steven Nelson and him, I'd take Hilton, you know?
Me too.
All right, Andrew, it's time for our Tri-State Office Furniture Tweet of the Night, and this comes to us from Jerome Bettis, because he, the other day, got a request from Najee Harris to show up and help him with film study. He did that at the Jerome Bettis golf tournament. I saw those guys talking quite a bit, so that's, and Jerome said pretty much respect. The one thing, I'll get your comment on the flip side of this, but I like what Najee Harris is willing. He sits in those offensive line meetings. He's trying to get as much information as he can. I think it's a great quality for a rookie in this league. We'll talk about that and more when we come back right here live on Pittsburgh CW.